Hello and welcome back to Bicyclelegs Talks Music and another special episode. Today I wanted to do something a little personal, a little from the heart, and I wanted to talk about my 5 favourite sacrilegious new wave cover versions. So it's kind of a tradition for new wave bands in the late 70s and early 80s to do cover versions of classic songs and really sort of mess with them. And it's one of the things I absolutely love about new wave music. As people who've watched the channel regularly will know, new wave is the very first music I really got into. And so it always holds a very special place in my heart. And I wanted to talk about these 5 songs and play little snippets of the originals and the cover versions so that you can get an idea of where I'm coming from. So yeah, let's get into it. And I've ranked them in my personal order of preference. So starting with number 5 is going to be a song from this band's debut album. They did a cover version of an old 1964 song by Petula Clark. The song is Downtown, and the band, of course, is the B-52s. That's their very first album. It's the closing track on the album. And, I mean, Downtown is a very typical 60s pop song. It's not really rock and roll. It's a beautiful song. And the B-52s take it, and it sounds to me like it was something they were just messing around with in the studio, but it comes out really great. Comes out kind of garagey. Cindy Wilson does the lead vocal, and there's a real snottiness to her vocal on her version of Downtown. And the others in the band, Kate and Fred, are doing kind of backing vocals in the background. It's mostly just drums and organ. So you've got Keith Strickland on the drums and Kate Pearson on the organ. Towards the end of the song, you get some guitar from Ricky Wilson. It's a really, really good version, and it's a great way to close out what is, one of the all-time great uh, debut albums, in my humble opinion. So let's have a quick listen to the original Petula Clark version of Downtown, followed by the B-52's version of Downtown.
When you're alone and life is making you lonely, you can always go downtown. When you've got worries, all the noise and the hurry seems to help, I know. Downtown. When you're alone and life is making you grumpy, you can always go downtown. Just listen to the music and the traffic in the city. Linger around the neighborhood, you think you are a city. Oh, no.
All right. At number 4, we're going to be looking at a song that is from the 70s. It's pretty much the only of these cover songs that we're looking at that were originally from the 70s. The others are all 60s songs. I don't know that this song was ever released as a single by the original artist, but it certainly was the cover version that I'm going to be talking about. And the song is Take Me to the River by Al Green. It was originally released off an album of his in 1974. It's a really, typical song of what Al Green was doing in the 70s. It's got that soul feel, a little bit disco. It's just starting to get into that disco kind of feel. It's got those great horns, and it's got, Al Green's one and only voice singing the song. And then along comes Talking Heads. And on their second album, more songs about buildings and food. It's not the closing song, it's the second closing. It's the second to last song on the album. And they do a really warped version of it. They slow it right down. Now, you may be familiar with the version that they did on the Stop Making Sense movie. And that's a good version too, but that's a lot faster. It's a lot closer to the original tempo. The version on the original More Songs About Buildings and Food album that was originally released as a single in 1978 and was the first song of theirs to really get any major chart action, they slow it right down. And it's got these sort of eerie effects from Brian Eno. This is the first of 3 albums by Talking Heads that Brian Eno produced. And it's got that sort of nervous, almost kind of strange vocal from David Byrne. Great playing from the backing players. I mean, the rhythm section of Tina Weymouth and Chris France, one of the great rhythm sections that I don't think gets talked about enough. And their drums and bass are just absolutely wonderful on this song. Yeah, it's a really great cover version, and it brought Talking Heads to a slightly wider audience as a result. So let's have a listen again to the original Al Green version and then to the Talking Heads version.
I wanna know, won't you tell me? I love to stay. Take me to the river, wash me down. I wanna know, can you tell me? I love to stay. Take me to the river.
At number three, we're going to be talking about an all-time classic rock and roll song. Was the, I think, debut single by this band. Certainly their absolute breakthrough. And I'm talking about the song You Really Got Me by the Kinks. It's a song that's been covered by a million bands. But the cover version that I'm going to be talking about is on, again, debut album, and that is Only a Lad by Oingo Boingo. And Oingo Boingo didn't do a lot of cover versions. I'm trying to think. I think the only other cover version I know of on any studio album is on their last studio album, they did a cover version of I Am the Walrus. But on this album, their cover version of You Really Got Me, again, they really, well, they Oingo Boingo it. They change it from a straight ahead garage rock song that the original Kinks version was, and they add these wonderful horns to it. They add these strange keyboards, great guitar from Steve Bartek, and then of course Danny Elfman's vocal, which is maniacal. These early Oingo Boingo albums, he really had this wonderfully maniacal vocal delivery, which I think is absolutely wonderful. And yeah, they even managed to throw in some of their signature sort of strange time signature moves that they did a lot on those early records again. And it's an absolutely terrific version. So once again, let's have a quick listen to the Kinks version and then the Oingo Boingo version.
You really got me now. You got me so I don't know what I'm doing now. Oh yeah, you really got me now. You got me so I can't sleep at night. You really got me. You really got me. You really got me. Oh yeah, you really got me now. You so like. Oh yeah, you really got me now. You got me so I can't sleep at night. You really got me. You really got me. You really got me. You really got me.
At number two, for my favourite sacrilegious new wave cover versions, we're going to be talking about a country and western song. In particular, we're going to be talking about one of the all-time classics by the wonderful, great Johnny Cash. The song is Ring of Fire. Now, everybody knows the original version, I think. The lyric is a kind of a dark lyric about falling in love and all that sort of thing and the kind of pitfalls of it. But musically, it's almost kind of joyous with those mariachi horns and that, absolutely wonderful. I love that song. But what I love maybe even more is the cover version that was on the debut EP, self-titled by Wall of Voodoo. They do this incredible version of Ring of Fire on this, and they turn it into this strange, dark, menacing sounding piece with this buzzing synthesizer in the bass and this almost sort of spaghetti western guitar. And then you get the the drawl of the delivery of Stan Ridgway. It's just absolutely brilliant. Again, they reinvent the song, they turn it into their own. And I think it's one of the all-time classic cover versions. So let's have a listen to Johnny Cash's Ring of Fire and then Wall of Voodoo's Ring of Fire.
I fell into a burning ring of fire. I went down, 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 and the flames went higher. And it burns, 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 the ring of fire, the ring of fire.
I fell into a burning ring of fire. I went down, 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 and the flames got higher. And it burns, 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 the ring of fire, the ring of fire, the ring of fire.
Now, I think at number one is not going to come as any surprise to anybody who's watched the channel regularly. You'll know that this is one of my all-time favorite bands. I think it's probably the best cover version by anybody ever. It's a classic 1965 track, originally by the Rolling Stones. Of course, I'm talking about the song I Can't Get No Satisfaction. And the Stones version is a stone cold classic. It's absolutely wonderful. But then in 1978, well, originally in 1977 actually on a single, but then in 1978 for their debut album as well, we get the wonderful band Devo, one of my favourite bands of all time. They do an absolutely kick-ass and very strange cover version of I Can't Get No Satisfaction. Now, when they were preparing to do it for the album, they actually had to get permission from the Rolling Stones. So they had to play the track to Mick Jagger. And apparently they started playing the song and he was listening to it for, sort of 15, 20 seconds. And then all of a sudden he got up from his chair and started doing that, chicken dance that he would do on stage and that sort of thing. And he absolutely loved it and gave them permission to put it on the album. And aren't we all glad that he did? Because, as I say, it's my favourite cover version, new wave or otherwise, of anybody ever. Absolutely love it. So let's listen to the original Rolling Stones version of I Can't Get No Satisfaction and then the completely devolved Devo version of Satisfaction.
I can't get no satisfaction. I can't get no satisfaction 'cause I tried and I tried.
I can't get no satisfaction. I can't get me no satisfaction. And I try, and I try, and I try.
So there you have it, everyone. Those are my 5 favourite new wave sacrilegious cover versions of classic songs. Please do let me know in the comments which of these you love, which of these you maybe don't care for so much. If you don't know these songs, please go to your listening app of choice or onto YouTube or whatever. Check out these cover versions and let me know in the comments what you think. And also let me know in the comments, what are some of your favourite cover versions? Doesn't have to be new wave ones. Just let me know what some of your favourite cover versions are, because I love a good cover version and I'd love to hear some of your selections. Please do like, share and subscribe. It really does help the channel out. If you're new to the channel, please go and have a look at some of my other videos. I have everything playlisted, so if you want to see some of my other special episodes, I have a playlist for those. If you want to see some of my In Defense Of episodes, I have a playlist for those. And if you want to see my appearances on other people's channels, I also have a playlist for those. If you want to follow me on social media, I'm at bicyclelegs on Instagram, Twitter, and a bunch of other places. I also have a dedicated Bicyclelegs Facebook page and Bicyclelegs merch. Links are all in the doobly-doo. Please do give those all a follow and join in the conversation. I'd really love to have you there. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.